Howdy folks, and welcome back to Fate. Oh, I forgot to plug my controller in. Just a second here. Fate Extra. There we go. Little oopsie. We're continuing round 6, day 1. Last time we talked to people and found that our opponent's name is erased off the board. So we're just going to head to the arena. And we did accept the Tiger quest. And let's check in on the chapel real quick. Yep, new conversation for a new week. Then we can check. No skill points to spend, but let us change our equipment. We want the Dragon Cloak and the Enhancement Spike. We want to change it before we enter the arena, since when we enter, our MP is set to be 100% full. So if we change it after, then we could end up with MP that's less than full. Do a quick save here. And let's get right on into it. It's the arena. And casters passed out. In our 6 Chimeric Lunar Sea first floor. Life and death. One cannot exist without the other. The same holds true for friends and rivals as well. Then a third line that I couldn't read. Master, it seems like the enemy is trying to enter the arena. We don't even know the name of the enemy in this round, so let's retreat and go into surveillance mode. Move speed, they'll never catch us. Snake apostasy. Oh, that was something I don't think I've ever seen before. We attacked against its guard, but instead of getting countered, it just died because it was low enough health. That is very cool to me. And yeah, since we have the Taiga quest active, it means that the Taiga item should appear, so we won't have to come back and re-explore old areas. We've been spotted. Let's keep going so they don't catch us. Something like this, maybe? I should have probably healed. Oh well, good enough. And if you hear a slight clinking every once in a while, that's probably me putting my drink down. Another crocodile. Tremors. Let's see how horribly these mini ones go. Yep, it's a double break. Well, at least, oh baby, it's a triple. These crocodiles are sort of like the opposite of the bee enemies. The bees use like every action, but prioritize break a lot, and don't really have that much of a discernible pattern as far as I can see. And the crocodiles use attack a lot, while also using other actions.
Ah, the enemy's right on my tail. Not literally, but let's hurry and find a large open area, Master.
But yeah, the crocs use each attack command, plus they prioritize break a lot. And the bees have a very low attack stat, and the crocodiles have very high attack stat. And also, I'm pretty sure both can inflict paralysis on you. There we go. Bah, got it. Locked door.
A door without a switch. I bet they think they've caught the fox in a trap, but I'll fight. No one's laying a finger on my master except me.
Castor takes a fighting stance as the enemy closes in. I stop breathing. Time slows to a crawl. Nothing happens. As I nervously grind my teeth, Castor's stance relaxes.
Huh? It seems like our enemy left the arena.
Castor's right. That feeling of being chased is totally gone. But why? Are they trying to deceive us by obfuscating their presence?
That assassin from the 5th round was special. We'd be able to see traces of anyone inferior trying it. For the time being, it's safe to assume that our enemy is left.
Whoever the enemy is and whatever they wanted, they're gone now. They must have their reasons, not that I understand. While I mull over the mystery, Castor notices something over by the door.
We don't know enough about the enemy yet to understand what their motivation was. But did you notice, Master? There are traces of tampering on this door.
Right, the door without a switch. In other words, my opponent hacked into the arena and modified it. Maybe the enemy returned because they had already blocked my access to the trigger in advance.
Whoever did this is really good. Constructing a door in the arena is beyond my expectations. Let's go back for today and think of a plan, my dear Master.
Door. So yep, now we can go and explore those other nooks and crannies. Every suspicious looking nook and cranny. While these crocs are pretty entertaining to fight, they definitely are not very good for grinding. They give like middling experience, and also they have massive attack stats, so messing up just a couple times can end up with you dead. They probably have one of the, like, assuming that you like even out the levels, since every enemy is a different level. Assuming you even out the levels, the crocs probably have like one of the highest base attack stats out of all the normal enemy types. But anyways, that was a thing. I completely blanked on what we got. I think it was a return crystal, but I'm not sure. It didn't seem like something important, so I just went through. But yeah, for these floors, it's generally been seeming like these past few floors, it's been basically, we have like the first half of the first floor, and then we get to the second half with higher level enemies in there. And then the second floor has higher level enemies than the second half of the first floor. Also, we just got poisoned. Too bad, it doesn't matter, because poison doesn't carry out of battle. And we will heal. Student Council badge. Oh no, I'm so slow. But yeah, we'll go back for today.
Who's this master who is such a big coward that won't let us know their name? But I'm a little bit impressed that they were able to produce a barrier in the arena. You've got to investigate that barrier tomorrow, Master. Oh, and don't forget about the label badge.
Save. Day 2. I like the short days. Because it makes me feel like I'm making progress. All I know about my enemy is that they don't want to be known, and they dropped a label badge. And the door is locked. I don't have enough clues. I'm thinking myself in circles. I should try consulting Rani.
Student Council badge, here's the magazine.
It is a bit mean that they, for these side questy things, they don't get the yellow text box above their head when you're trading an item back in with them.
So, you were not able to meet your opponent yesterday. And, once in the arena, you were barricaded from exploring. This is indeed a formidable enemy.
That gate is troubling. As long as it exists, I won't be able to get the Saber keys and they'll die.
Your opponent has found a way to win without fighting. Perhaps they have a reason to avoid a fight. Although that line of reasoning may be wholly faulty.
Could that mean my enemy is trying to avoid a confrontation? I got booted from the arena before I could confront them, and there's this passive-aggressive stuff. I still don't know why, but it's safe to assume they're trying to avoid a fight.
In any case, that gate must go. If only we had some other item that could serve as a clue.
Speaking of evidence, I will ask her about this label badge.
This is a highway quest, and you found it dropped on the floor? Leonardo Pistario Harway could be your opponent. It might be a good idea to confront him. However, take caution. This enemy might attack at any given time.
Yeah, I know. All I have to go on right now is conjecture, but I should confront Leo before I go to the arena.
You must be diligent if you are to uncover evidence and witnesses, though do not be so consumed by your investigation that your guard slips and your enemy attacks.
Run. Ranny, more like runny nose. Ha 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 ha. Leo's in the library.
What is the matter?
Without a word, I show Leo the lion label badge I had found.
This is a highway label badge. Where did you get this?
I briefly explained how I picked it up near the fountain in the garden.
I see. It appears it's my brother's badge. However, there seems to be a number of subtle alterations done to it. I fear someone may have placed there intentionally as a red herring, perhaps for the purpose of diverting your attention to me. However, I assure you that I am not your opponent this time around.
Leo handles the label badge almost as if it's a new toy, a smile forming on his lips.
Interesting. It appears that they somehow used my brother's codebreaker.
Codebreaker? It's true that Julius was able to access areas other masters are prohibited from entering.
With our resources, we can access restricted areas of the Holy Grail. Yes, like the multimedia room. My brother wasn't necessarily a skilled hacker, nor was there any need for him to be. You see, this label badge is also a key of sorts, used to access the Harway Beowulf cluster back on Earth.
I guess this means my true opponent tried to hack into the arena using this label badge. That would mean that it might be possible to unlock that door.
Your opponent erected a door in the arena? They must have quite the active imagination. Another explanation is that they have some reason why they do not want to face you directly. But that's beside the point. Right now it's enough to know that you can open the door with the label badge. It'd be a shame to be disqualified for something so trivial, so I will give you the label badge. Pardon me, but I'd like to return to this rather rare book, so let us end our conversation here.
And with that, Leo's gaze returns to the shelf of books he was perusing before he began talking. So Leo isn't my opponent and the label badge was just a ruse. Was this a trick by my real enemy? After all of that running around, I still have no clue as to who my opponent really is. Oh well, no use in worrying about it. I might as well just head to the arena now.
Please take the label badges.
It'd be very fun if we could use move speed in the school. No one in the hall. We'll check on Caster. Yeah, we just walk so slow. Tamamo appears to be lost in her own dark studies, which is unusual. Normally she's always talking, whether the subject's important or not. Once the 6th round started, Caster seems to sulk silently whenever I'm not looking at her. Her normally cute, perky appearance is now masked with a sullen, troubled expression.
Yes? Were you talking to me just now?
I nod in affirmation. Tamamo's ears, which were limp, suddenly stand up straight. Fortunately, I don't seem to be the source of her discontent. Maybe she just isn't feeling well.
No, my dear master, it's nothing that you've done wrong. It's like my tail is a buildup of static electricity, or a shiver that hasn't but will run down my spine. I wonder what it all means. It's probably a portent of some approaching doom. I can only pray it's nothing catastrophic. You must be careful as well, master. Be wary of offering kindness without honor, or being a lapdog to everyone around you.
Wise words from a wise jackal. You could say she's a jack of all trades. Oh, a sudden sense of impending doom seems to grab me by the neck. Someone is... but from where?
Master, it's the enemy, and it seems they're up for a fight. We'd better take it to the arena.
Whatever the case, we'll need to be able to see them before we decide on any kind of plan. Caster is probably right. We should head to the arena and hit them there. Okay, no, we do not get forced there. Can we talk to Sakura, though? I forget if we've gotten this week's rations.
Hello, Hakuna. Here you go, Hakuna. You learn supplies.
Ether crystal. That's actually, like, an extremely bad gift. Well, not bad gift, but just a bad item to be getting. Like, it is decent, but it's one ether crystal. It just heals you for 1000 HP one time. The arena entrance. Doesn't heal status effects, doesn't heal MP or anything, just heals HP. That's it. At least some of her stuff's better. I enter the arena, ready for an assault from the enemy. I felt such a strong intent to kill push at me in the school that they have to be chasing after us. And that's when it happens. A nuclear explosion.
No way! We got attacked from them while we were in the school? Guess it was hard to hit us, though. Still, this person is really strong. We should escape deep into the arena ASAP. It's like we're going out together.
Move speed. Ah. We run like our life depends on it because it hypothetically does. And yeah, I'll worry about getting XP later in the week.
Huh? That feeling like someone's trying to kill us disappeared. Guess they ran off again. What are they scheming with this not attacking us after making it so clear they wanted us dead?
It's unsettling to not know what the opponent is up to, but it seems there's no longer any danger. They hunt us down twice and pulled back at the last second. It does feel like they're avoiding conflict. Are they being hesitant? If so, why? And if not, what's the real reason?
Well, now that they're not chasing after us, there's no need to worry about anything, Master. We've got a window of opportunity, so let's take the liberty of hacking into the door with the label badge.
It's unsettling to not know what the opponent's up to, but it seems the danger is gone. But it's not unlikely that they'll come at us again. I should hack the door with the Harway label badge while I still can. Here it is. The door without a switch that my opponent kindly generated. Leo mentioned that the Harway label badge is capable of facilitating minor hacking.
If the label badge is worth its weight, then we should be able to delete the door with it.
Chuck it at the wall. I nod in response to the caster's words and look at the label badge. The label badge's magic circuits are coupling to my own. In the massive influx of data, I find the data on the door, and then... The same moment I feel I've torn it down mentally, the door in front of me vanishes. Whether it was an unstable hack itself, or it was designed not to be used by enemies, the Harway label badge disintegrates in my hand.
OMG, Master! You broke down data with the power of your mind! I'm so glad you're not an airhead. Hey, let's go! The trigger will be ours now.
With the door gone, it's finally possible to search the rest of the arena for the trigger. Instead of dwelling on my opponent's intentions, I'll keep going. Bulls. No, I will not be tempted. I have to follow my rule. Left is always right. And also, Crocodile must die. Well, it is slightly entertaining to me when the enemies have interesting numbers for their HP, like, oh yes, 420 right now. And the Tremor's base HP, the Tremor's base HP is 2019. Which is just funny because it's within a, like, 20 or so year span of number, well, like 20 or so digit span of numbers of that have actually lived through. Like, these bulls have, like, yeah, they have like 300 more health, so it's way off. this guy is being weird, but let's see what happens. Actually, if we use Fiery Heaven here on Action 5, then either it's gonna use Break and we stun it, therefore getting Action 6 for free, or it's using Guard, which won't stun it, but it'll do damage, and then it'll use Break on Action 6. Because normally these guys do their whole counterclockwise action wheel rotation shtick. Seems like we'll just knock it out though. Yep, even when it's guarding, we're doing good damage now. We keep going this way, we get a bird. I'll do this. Because we can freely use at least one spell per battle, since we recover 30 MP after battles now. Sadly, not enough damage, just barely. Shockwave, third strike. Then he attacks us. We fought a cave to block it. Blast Craze. We stun, we pop, double pop. I feel like it's gonna do double break in the middle. Oh, nope, it's attacking. That's good. It really seems like the longest segments here of these videos nowadays is when I'm exploring the arenas, each floor of the arena for the first time, since I'm also going out of my way to fight every enemy at least once. Ooh. Let's Ether Crystal and Magic Pistol Shard and take this guy on, Nephilim. I still don't know what that letter is, what Greek letter that would be. But I'm gonna Bestial Sky against him. Bestial Sky, Frigid Heaven, Bestial Sky, Frigid Heaven, Heal, Bestial Sky, Frigid Heaven. Aha! I got it for free. And yeah, according to my sources, Bestial Sky multiplies your magic damage by 2.5. So it is slightly better than if you just did 2 magic attacks in a row. Good, good. Let's see. Bull. Something like this. Good, good. This one's being normal for once. Now we got the exit. Then we go back and go the big path. Double bull. Oh, and it seems like the trigger is just right here. Would be cool if, like in Fire Emblem and some other games, this had a in-battle speed-up button. Because, like, in most of the modern Fire Emblem games, when either the enemy's moving around on the map or you're watching a battle animation, you can hold down the A button to speed it up. 10,000 Kopita. An elixir, which is actually very good. They're the full heal. We get HP and MP back. The Sakura lunches are extremely important healing items because you cannot buy them and you don't get them from treasure anywhere. You only get them from Sakura. But they're, I believe, the only item that heals every status effect. The only other status healing item is the Remedy, which only heals poison, paralysis, and curse. So anytime that one of the bosses, like the servants and such, put some weird, unique status effect on you, if it's really that bad, then you can use one of the 2 Sakura lunches that you get throughout the entire game to heal it. But also, because I believe you only get 2 of them, you need to be really careful. And then they also give you some decent healing. Level 33, 1574 HP, 368 MP, 3 skill points. I accidentally pressed A too fast. Also, that's like 20,000 Kopita just from this one area. Trigger obtained. Trigger code Lambda.
It's so frustrating not to know the enemy's identity. We have a cipher key, but we have to be careful. With this, we're good to go.
And we got a level up, just naturally. And if I remember, I might be wrong, but I feel like the second floor was going to open up right away tomorrow. Return to campus. I'm also trying to remember in the other weeks what day of the week the second floor opens up. Because I feel like it should be day 4, but I also feel like day 3 feels more correct. Because day 6 is almost always a training day, so you really only have 5 days of story per week. So you have to have 2 days of one floor and then 3 days of the other floor. Then 1 day of free play. Yesterday, after entering the arena, I heard a blast. I head to the arena to see the aftermath.
But whoa! To think that the moon cell can't handle this type of damage. Now, Color tell him I was surprised. If that attack had landed, it would have been bad. Well, it's over and done. Either our enemy isn't very good, or we were very, very lucky.
I wonder if that's really true. Luck only goes so far. Did my enemy miss on purpose? And if so, what would the reason be? As I stare blankly at the scars on the wall, I hear a voice call me from behind.
Thank goodness you're safe, Hakuna.
Ranny, what is this?
Yesterday, after you went into the arena, a massive detonation was heard in this area. I came to check out the situation when I came across this. Something happened yesterday.
I explained what happened to me to an increasingly worried Ranny. After running to the arena to escape a sudden feeling of death, I heard a loud blast. After the explosion, the sense of my enemy's presence suddenly and mysteriously disappeared.
Interesting. At the moment a person enters the arena, they are completely defenseless. If that was their intent, then it seems your enemy will go to any lengths to see you dead. However, I couldn't tell you why this attack failed.
As she continues to speak, Ranny keeps running her hands over the crater in the wall. Suddenly, she stops dead. She must have noticed something.
I can feel the remnants of a powerful rune. That's what must have caused the explosion.
Rune? If I remember correctly, runes are lesser charms frequently used in the past, but are now considered weak and powerless. I thought it was a weapon at first, but it seems to be related to thaumaturgy instead. If that's the case, then our opponent's servant will be a caster, maybe?
No, not necessarily. Runes were used by Celtic warriors, so it might not be a caster at all. In this case, I'd guess that it was a warrior who uses runes to enhance a physical attack.
Matrix, Level 1, Enemy Certain to obtain. Information about my enemy's attacks. It's not their class, but any info is better than none. Thank you, Ranny. As I give my thanks, she lowers her head and softly says, yes.
However, it seems strange that your enemy would give up so quickly after the ambush failed. Your opponent managed to survive this long. I can't see how they managed to miss you. This is only a guess on my part, but maybe your opponent really doesn't wish to face you.
Doesn't want to face me? There are only enemies to be found in the Holy Grail War. Well, except maybe Ranny. I wonder, is there a reason for this conflict? All that awaits the loser is virtual death.
It was a hypothesis, nothing more. Sorry if it didn't seem quite rational. However,
Ranny closes her eyes and took a deep breath, as if she was trying to relax. Almost immediately, her inscrutable demeanor returned.
Oh, there was something I wish to discuss with you. Could you spare a few minutes later?
With a final shy glance, Ranny turns and walks away. I wonder what she wants. I'll be sure and go talk with Ranny later. As I try to organize what I know, I realize I don't have enough information. The enemy hasn't left any clues. At least with Julius, the servant might have been invisible, but the master was conspicuous. This time, both are mysteries. It's pointless to speculate. It's noon. Maybe I'll go to the cafeteria to nourish my brain. So, one time when I was playing this game, I got to this exact point, and I saved, and then I quit. And then I came back like a couple weeks later or something, and I was completely lost. I did not notice that it said midday in the top right, so I was like, why can't I go to the arena? And I checked like every possible spot in the school except for the commissary. Because in my mind, I was like, the commissary is just the shop. There wouldn't be any story there. But nope, because the commissary is also the cafeteria. And yeah, it wasn't my first playthrough since I was doing that within a few days. I beat the game like within a few days or a couple weeks or something, so I didn't take a long break. But I think it might have been my Archer playthrough. Wielder of Runes, a form of thaumaturgy unique to Northern Europe. The foundation of this craft is the engraving of words of power into stone to induce various mystical effects. The engraving of words of power into stone to induce various mystical events. It is believed that this ability has been lost to time. And yeah, since it's midday, it also means that most NPCs aren't here, and that Caster will be asleep.
Hakuno, it's you. Did you perhaps come here to buy lunch?
As I enter the cafeteria, I bump into Ranny, who seems uncharacteristically flustered.
I wanted to try my hand at creating food and, well, would you like to try some?
Creating food?
Why does that innocent phrase sound so ominous? Wait a sec. Granny said create. Did you use alchemy to make lunch? It took me a while, but it was my first time doing this though. No need to worry though. All the ingredients are safe for human consumption. Maybe. As much as that brief pause disturbs me, her simple gesture of friendship makes me happy. Her show of kindness reminds me of my life before being forced into this brutal struggle. Why don't we eat in the classroom? I'll go first and set up before you arrive.
Oh my gosh, Rennie's running. With a final polite farewell, Rennie turns and walks away. It seems she's happier than before. It was surprising to see her act so kind, especially considering her normal, formal demeanor. Well, I should head up to the classroom before Rennie's lunch goes cold. I can't wait to try it.
Oh, hey, Hakuno. I've been expecting you. It's all ready. Hello there. And you too, Rennie. Hakuno, I made something just for you. You don't want to insult me by not trying it, would you? You don't want to insult me by not trying it, would you?
Rin Tosaka, the school idol, making me lunch? What's gotten into everyone?
Oh, don't act so surprised. Consider it a gesture of goodwill from a fellow master.
A gesture of goodwill? Fair enough, I can accept that. Why don't we all eat together?
Oh dear God, you really don't have a clue, do you? Oh well, shall we, my dear Ranny?
After that brief exchange, we all sat down and began to eat the lunches both girls had made. Having never tried Egyptian food, Granny's lunch seemed very exotic, with unusual spices and flavors. On the other side of the culinary spectrum, Tosaka's lunch was primarily Chinese food.
Hakuno, try some of this. No, let me feed you, I insist.
Rin proceeds to shove some of the shrimp and chili sauce she'd made into my mouth. It was really, really good.
If you like that, wait until you try this.
It's a spring roll. It was incredibly delicious. Words cannot adequately describe how good it was. Glare.
Hey, you have to try this too.
She then hands me what looks like the perfect Chinese dumpling. Wow, everything tasted so good. Granny, why don't you try some? As soon as I said those words.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Standing up with alarming speed, Granny began to hastily pack up the lunch she had made. Granny? Hey, is there something wrong?
It's nothing. I've had enough for now, so I should probably just leave.
She was almost completely out of the room before her last sentence comes to an end. She seems not quite herself. Was it something I had said?
She ran away. I didn't realize she was that serious. I was just trying to get her to think things through a little, but I guess I went a little too far.
Of course, my servant decides that this is the perfect time to make their presence known.
Master, what you did was incredibly cruel, even by Tomomo's exceptionally vicious standards. Though she may be my most serious rival, I can't help but feel a little sorry for her. What makes it even worse is that you didn't even touch the food she made for you, jerk. If I had to sit there and listen to you compliment another girl's lunch, I'd be in tears. Did you even see the cuts on her hands? Her embarrassment? I hope she's not crying somewhere alone.
After being thoroughly berated by my servant, I found myself bolting out of the classroom. But despite my best efforts, I was unable to find her that day and make things right. What I did to Ranny at lunch was pretty thoughtless. I need to find her and apologize. Now I need to find her. So yeah, he said that I wasn't able to find her that day, as if he was telling it from a point where the day was already over. But one, the day isn't over, and two, she's right here. Yeah, it's like, There's a couple things. Like, one, the game has a very weird sense of time. Like, at the end of round 3, Rin and Rani's match is just starting, even though it was the end of round 3 for us. And then we have, like, that combined with a translation that is ever so slightly off. I ran all around school searching in vain for Rani, and here she is in her usual spot. First, I had to apologize for what happened at noon. Sorry, Rani. Whatever do you mean? Rani looks displeased. Darn, I knew it. She's still angry. I'll still tell her how my servant lectured me afterward, and what I realized. I didn't mean to slight Rani's cooking. It was inexcusable of me to brush Rani off like that, and it was even worse to have said such an insensitive thing. I'll be more sensitive in the future, so she can find it in her heart to forgive me. Having run clean out of ways to apologize, I'll wait her response with bated breath. Do you regret what you've done? Deeply. Next time, you'll eat what you have been given? Of course, I promise. I understand. You are forgiven. Thank goodness. Rani's smile soothes my nerves. Is there anything I can do as a token of my apology? Yes, or rather, I have something that I meant to talk to you about over lunch, so please listen up. Gotcha. Tell me whatever you want. There's no information on the enemy this time. We were able to dig up more on the Scorpion than this. Yes, the sole clue remains the hole in the first floor wall. It is more important than ever that you do everything in your power to prepare for the upcoming fight. Actually, I have been preparing formal wear for you. I can give it to you tomorrow. She's been making me something? And meanwhile That is all I wish to talk to you about. It would hinder your search of the arena to talk further. Yeah, I ought to head to the arena as soon as I can. Oh, but there's something I should say before I leave. Thank you. I gaze into Rani's eyes to let her know my words are sincere.
Hi.
You're welcome. I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Time to go to the arena. So please, I implore you to take care while exploring the arena. A star may be hidden by clouds. This is the multimedia room. I guess we can check if Rin wants to talk. Nope. Rin's been mostly disappeared this whole time. I do know of a thing happening. Speak with Caster. Tamamo sits in ominous silence, occasionally glancing in my direction as if wanting to say something. It's unusual for her to be so quiet. Normally she's always talking, whether the subject's important or not. Once the 6th round started, Caster seems to slip silently whenever I'm not looking at her. Normally cute, perky appearance is now masked with a sullen, troubled expression. So it hasn't dawned on you yet. Considering I've been unfailingly loyal, not to mention adorable, this whole subject angers me to no end. It'd really be great if you were to have some kind of really painful and humiliating accident right now. And again, falling down a flight of stairs and breaking something would be inconvenient right now, so not that. Perhaps waking up as a potato pup would be more fitting. Way too gross, so that's out too. I know, nothing screams divine punishment, quite like dysentery caused by eating moldy bread. That's exactly what I hope will happen to you. And there it is. Considering Tamamo's skills with Maleficium, I'm not brave enough to assume she's just joking around. What is making her so sulky and violent? I honestly have no idea what it could be. You still have no clue, even after everything I said? Fine, great, whatever. I mean, it's obvious your mind is busy with other things, like thinking about that girl. I stare at Tamamo in amazement as she continues to voice her resentment with incredible vehemence. It can't be she's that unhappy that I've been speaking with Granny recently, can it? Oh no, of course not. Tamamo wouldn't be angry at all about that. I mean, I'm used to such treatment after all.
I mean, you're human after all, Master. Since time immemorial, humans have only played with humans. As for me, fox ears are fox ears. My fate is to have my body used until I'm skinned from a beautiful fur. So just leave me alone. Don't worry, I won't get in your way. So please, go off and have fun. Have your fun with your fellow human.
Tomo quickly turns her head away and continues to voice her displeasure to the ground. She seems very agitated. It seems that Tomomo thinks Rani and I are lovers for some reason. I don't have a choice but to act. Whether it's just Tomomo being suspicious or just a huge misunderstanding, I have to do something to set things straight. However, my response must not be cavalier or misleading. If I upset Tomomo, the resulting grudge might be powerful enough to cause system errors, or worse yet, cause Rani to stop helping me. She is one of the more famous spirits mentioned in Japanese mythology. I should do what I can to put her at ease. The only thing I dare say is... Okay, so this choice here, you have three options. Tomomo is the only one for me. Rani is the only one for me. I believe Rin is the only one for me if you're on the Rin route. And I think I should save now. So, a couple things. One is that if you choose I think I should save now, you will be locked out of Caster's information matrix. You cannot progress it more. Or at least you cannot max it out. You can't get to E rank. Two is that Rani is the only one for me. Does count as a correct option here. And three is that you can only choose Tomomo is the only one for me if you unlocked it first. And you unlock it on round 5, day 6, I believe, when you have the option to ask about Caster at Tomomo and asking what she really is, and then she tells you about how she's actually a god. If you don't ask her, if you choose to not ask and stay silent, then you'll only be able to pick Rani or I should save. But since we learned more about her, we have the option to choose her as our person of interest. No, not huh. I don't need to think about my answer. Rani has helped me several times, but that's beside the point. I could be asked the same question 1,000 times, and my response would be the same each time.
Moichiro on the guy? Could you say that again, please?
Fair enough. Tomomo is the only one for me. I tell Tomomo that I like her more than anyone else.
My dear master, it's safe to assume that what you meant to say was be my wife, right? I have the video to prove it. It's on a continuous loop and the play count is already over 1,000. The number of comments completely block out the picture at this point. It's the only video in my playlist, and as a memorial to myself, will be preserved there for all eternity.
Tomomo begins to jump up and down in unrestrained joy. She can jump really high. I don't feel like I've said anything momentous, but Tomomo's unfeigned elation makes me happy as well.
You are serious about this, aren't you, Master? It's not like you can take it back later, okay?
I immediately nod in affirmation. The last thing I want her to do now is think I'm joking. Also, how do I put this? Now that I've regained my composure, I don't think I could summon the energy to repeat myself again.
Yes! Husband, get! Alright, now that this is all settled, we will survive until the end, even if it kills me. I won't let anyone or anything lay a finger on Tomomo's husband, no matter how powerful they are.
With renewed vigor, Tomomo continues to declare her determination to be victorious. Her enthusiasm is infectious. For her to be so focused and determined is more than any master could hope for. And above all, I think that our relationship is solid in every way. So yeah, just like Saber likes to refer to the player as praetor, which is like a position in the Roman Senate or something. So it's like a high position of power in Rome. Tamamo now will sometimes refer to us as husband. I don't actually remember if she refers to the female protagonist as husband as well. I am pretty sure that in the third game in the series, Fate Extella, she does refer to the female protagonist as husband, and people were a bit confused by that. We're also going to check if there's a second conversation. There might be. There isn't a story one, but there might be an achievement conversation.
Yep. Congratulations! You have defeated 5 rare enemies! And no one can call me the weakest servant now. Thanks to you, I was able to show my true powers. Please accept this token of my appreciation for all of your hard work, my dear master.
Mantra Bestial Sky became Mantra Merciful Sky.
It might seem a tad battle fetishy, but I'm sure you can appreciate it as a nubile young master. Of course, I mean that in the biblical sense. I hope you continue to hunt down rare creatures that show everyone who the alpha animals are.
There we go. Mantra Merciful Sky. It's a stupidly good skill, if I remember. Merciful Sky. Target self, MP 60, so it has double the cost. Magic ability greatly increased for 1 move. Just by the description, it doesn't really give us much, but from what I read, numbers-wise, it makes your attacks do 4 times the damage. We don't have a clue as to our opponent's identity. They can't possibly be good. Since investigating would be futile right now, we should focus on training in the arena.
Master, your renewed resolve makes my tail all tingly. Hurry and stock up on supplies. Then we can train together with Reckless Phantom.
Oh my gosh, she's so horny. It almost looks like a crater. It's a result of the opposing servant's noble phantasm. The power of runes scare me. So yeah, I will check the commissary. Then over here. And then I'll also go check the library. Nope, nothing.
So yeah, we'll talk again and finish up for the day. Ah, are we leaving already? Could you wait just a little bit? I'll be ready in a moment.
That's a surprisingly succinct conversation that Castor had with us just there. But thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all again next time on Fate Extra. Bye-bye.